guys, and welcome back to episode 14. This is the pre-season special, I guess. But I'm actually not even in the pre-season yet. I'm halfway through the summer window right now. I'm at 19th June, so not even all our players is gone yet, or not even all the players are in yet that we need. But I wanted to do a couple of things before the reset. I believe it resets the 30th or the 1st. In the next month. So let's take a look at a couple of things here before it's gonna reset. So first off, we played the last match here in the FA Trophy semifinal and we lost that. After that, we played 4 games. They didn't really matter too much, and no, not really any good results here. I mean, we did win against Oxford. That's fine, but then 3 draws. If we're taking a look at who scored the goals, James Clark, one of the new guys, the wingback, we bought in through this, the last of the season here. 1 goal from him. He's a wingback. 1-1. Boateng with a goal. 2-2. Double Kersey goals. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah. So I just wanted to show you the fixtures here, just because it is part of the season, and yeah, but they are not important. So how did it all end? How did we all end up? So we ended this season with 93 points. That's a pretty good little haul. 12 points above anyone else. How about that? And they couldn't hold on to it. Billericay. They couldn't hold on to it. So so the other team that I can't pronounce actually got away with the second place, but they did not go up. Oxford went up. The 7th place Oxford went up in the qualifiers. How about that? I like that. They're gonna get beaten so badly up in the national leagues. They're gonna get beaten. So let's take a look at some funny stuff here. Let's go into this and let's go into awards. Now, I'm a little bit annoyed here because let's take a look at the head coach of the month first. I won 4 of them. I won 4 of them. Okay, that's really good. I was probably in some of the other ones as nope. Yeah, I'm there. Number 3. Nope. Okay, so 4 first places and 1 third place. That's fair enough. But if we look at head coach of the season, I'm number 2. Not only that, but number 1. Look at this. Look at the numbers here. 51% win ratio. 64 for me. 69 goals. 93. Conceded. 46. 41. Voting points. 5. 4. Why? Do they just not like me in this league, or do the other men just simply don't like me, or what is going on here? I should have won this. This is not fair. And the same goes for this actually. So yeah, none of our players ever won anything. Not a single time. Not even once. I mean, how is that possible? We're number 1. We had 93 points. But I guess it's Jack Batten is actually in here. So 1 player. I think we don't get 1 player in. I don't think we have anyone else. But I think it might be down to the rotation. Actually, some of these players probably played every single game in that month. And since we're playing rotation, they're probably not getting into the awards here. So yes, player of the season was Lewis. I'm pretty sure it showed more players before, but could be wrong. So he's from Dartford, and again he played more games than our guys did. 28 goals. That is not bad. That is definitely not bad. Yeah, and top goal scorer, we are not even in it because again we played rotation. So I mean, Depot could possibly have done 28 goals, but he didn't because he was rotating with Lip. So yeah, that's no, not really a lot of awards because we are rotating. But I don't care too much. But I do care, but you know, it's better to win. It's better to win. So let's take a look at some of the stats here, the player details as well. I think the percentage is probably the funniest to look at because we were rotating. So let's take a look at some of the percentages, because the hard numbers, we're not gonna get anywhere in the hard numbers. We should look at percentage instead. Something like shoots on target, that could be interesting to look at. Yeah, Rowan Lip and Reynes actually is up there. Very good, very good. Conversion rate, Cook. Wow, and we do have Cook for one more season. Nice. Yeah. Nice. All right. What about pass completion? What? Charles Cook, our goalkeeper, with 92. He is just a beast at the back. He's that goalkeeping, deep lying playmaker type. Great stuff. Or yeah, I don't know. He just, how many touches with the ball did he have? I don't know, but a lot. Cross completion ratio. Oh, Boateng. Wow. Decent crossing from Boateng. 68%. Really? That is quite insane. 23 key passes as well. Not bad for a central defender. Kersey and Ainsworth. Yeah, okay. So we were really good in cross completion ratio. That's nice to see. Dribbles per 90. That could also be funny to look at. But we do actually not have any players in here. I do see one player that we actually bought. So that's a good thing. Or not bought, but just got in on a contract. So one of these guys is actually with us now. But we will get to that later on. Defending, I don't think there's any percentages in the defending. I don't think we're like, if you're looking at key tackles, beaten is in there. Okay, interceptions made, but again we rotated, so the hard numbers are not gonna show us much here. Goalkeeping, not really that much. Should we take a quick look at the player? No, not the player overview. Actually, yeah, average rating. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. We got no awards, but our average rating is really good. Our average rating is perfectly. Yeah, 7.41 and 7.39. Only that guy Lewis is better. Let's take a quick look at him. Okay, seems like pretty decent player. I'm surprised that he is that far up, but okay, 21. I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with the tactic and just other players doing assisting for him and stuff like that. So Leons Ainsworth, Depot, really great season for them. They are not with us in the next season. Yep. Neither is Rowan Lip or Kersey or Boateng. Chambers is. So we're gonna lose quite a few of the. Yeah, they are the best players, but we are losing a lot of the best players, but we are getting some new players in that hopefully will do similar stuff in the next season. What else should we look at here? I think we're done in here. I think we need to go to team details here. Maybe just team overview. I think that's fine. Nah. Is there anything I want to see? Possession. Okay, we're number 1 in possession. I didn't actually expect that. I don't know. Goals 93. Yeah, we're top of that. Corner goals 14. Yeah, like we saw, my corner routines are really doing great. So is these. Okay. Yeah. Nah, I think we're good here. I think we're good. Let's take a quick look before we're getting into. Let's take a quick look at something that you might be interested in because that happened after we were done with the last episode, and that is youth intake. So not too many good players here. I would say you can see over here expires. Some of them are on 21. Expires in 21, and that is old. That is some of the old players, and the new ones is running to 22. So we signed how many? 6, 7 new players or something like that. Maybe a couple of more down here. But the two main guys is up here. Matthew Evans. not the best picture of an English player. I mean, he could be Asian in England, but not that often you see that. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it, but his name suggests. I don't know. Maybe he could. I don't know. I mean, in Denmark, you do see people with Danish names that are of Asian descent. So I don't know. It is possible, quite possible actually. So yeah, he's probably the best of the bunch. But he needs to be training quite a lot more up here, and I think he already did do some training with the right side to get into the inverted winger role, and I could see him potentially be a decent player in the future, but not, he's, yeah, not really that good. Same with this guy, Robinson. Samuel, he doesn't look like a 17-year-old. I might change his face. Or might don't. I don't care too much about it. I like there is a face. I don't like the region faces. But yeah, again, he's a wide target man or maybe inverted winger. Not really. Not really. Not really a wide target man either. I don't know what he is. Maybe a winger. Not really. He's really slow. What is this guy? I mean, he's a pressing forward. No, yeah, maybe he don't really have the physicals to really compete. But he might have that in the future if he's developed nicely. We don't know. He might have a good potential. We have just no idea. So yeah, not much in the youth intake. So one last thing before we are going over the transfers and stuff like that. Yeah, I got my National B license, so we are getting into some decent numbers here now, and I think I have already changed that. In the next season, I'm gonna do the team talks because we got motivating 6 now, so that's good enough for me to begin using that. I don't think I'm gonna change too much else. My coaches are still way better than me in training and plenty of other stuff, and I don't really need to do it before I get even better numbers. Yeah, let's take a look. Responsibilities, like, so training. He's doing the general training. This guy, Gallagher or Gallisher, I'm not sure, but he's just way better than me to do it. So I'm gonna let him do it. I'm doing the individual training. I can't actually do it right now with the new players we got in, but media, I don't care about that. I will never care about that, to be honest. Tactics. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do. I don't really care about the briefing, to be honest. I don't like doing that. So I think I'm gonna stick with the coach on that. Team selection, I can't do anything about that. Opposition instructions. I've tried to do that in the past, and I don't think I've ever really done it well. So also, I'm probably gonna let one of the coaches do that. So transfers, well, I don't think that will ever change. Contracts, no, that's not gonna change. Scouting, I'm actually letting our chief scout handle the scouting meetings, and I'm just gonna assign them to stuff. I'm not sure I'm gonna change that either. Staff, handle team selections. I want to do that, of course. Handle team selection on transfer, blah 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 blah. Yeah, not really anything important either. So I think the only thing that really matters is down here and in here. Touchline instructions. I think I'm gonna do that at some point. Devlin is doing it right now. So yeah, I'm gonna do the team talks for this time around in this season. That's the only change, really. All right, so I think we're good to go here. I need to simulate a bit more, get some more players in, and do the preseason. And well, for you it's gonna be a second, but for me it's gonna take hours. I don't know how long, but I'll see you in a bit, man. All right, so 1 second later for you guys and many hours for me. we are done with the preseason. At least I have played the last friendly match for now. Only 5 friendlies this time around, but I'm okay with that. I think we are pretty much ready with the first match here. I'm not, well, I've just played the last friendly here, so the friendlies went quite alright, except from the last one here. But the last one was against a similar team to us. I wanted to test our team quite well, if they could do quite well. And yeah, I'm okay with the 1-1 in that match. It was alright. We're not gonna go over the matches. I just wanted to show you that I've done the friendlies and we are ready for the most part ready for the first league match against Morecambe. I don't think we're gonna actually play that game. Not in this episode, but in the next episode. Because Morecambe is one of the better teams, and yeah, I want to show the biggest matches. And I think Morecambe is one of the bigger matches, so we're gonna show that probably the next match as well. Yeah, but I think the first thing we want to do here is it's gonna go over the new squad. Let's go over the new squad. So this is our squad for the season, and if you're going reading down the list here, you will see a lot of new names. There are some you might know, but for the most part, there are many new names. I think we should just go through them, and I think we should go through them from the goalkeepers all the way down to the strikers. Let's do it. We want to know these guys. We want to know what they are, what they can do, and just know them before the game starts. I like to do this. Every time I'm done with a season and every time I'm done with a transfer, I'm gonna go through my new guys. I'm just gonna go over them, look at them, and I'm gonna do it with you guys. Some of them I'll go quickly over. Some of them I will be more in depth and look for some things. So the first guy here is a new goalkeeper. The old goalkeeper is out. He is not with us anymore. So we got a new goalkeeper here, Max Bramley. And yeah, he is an interesting one. He is on 325 wages. So that's all right. I'm okay with that because he is going to play most of our games. So 325 wages, that is not too bad. He's probably going to play. He's probably going to be the player with the most appearances after the season. Now, if you look at his physicals, he is a very physical guy. So that's quite interesting. His weak areas is probably communication and command of area and stuff like that, first touch. So he's not really that great in the air. He's not that great in standard situations like corners. But other than that, he got really good reflexes, decent rush out abilities. Passing could be better. One-on-ones is pretty good. So he's pretty good as a sweeper keeper. He's all right as a sweeper keeper. I think this guy's pretty good for 325 wages. He is not as good as our last guy, but it's all right. It's all right. We can't really. This is probably the best I could do with this kind of wages. I'm fairly happy about it. I'm fairly happy. All right, let's take a look at the next guy here. So Terry Kane is just a backup goalkeeper, and he is on £5 wages. So what can I say? I can't really get a better. I can't really get a better one. And he's actually pretty good in the aerial reach. So I mean, he's pretty damn good for a second a backup goalkeeper. Can't really complain about him. Also, Bramley is on a pretty long contract to 23. Got him for 3 years. So we might sell him on at some point. Many of these new guys that are on contract, we might sell them on for a decent amount of money. Next one, Batten, Jack Batten. We bought him, or we gave him a non-contract last year at the end of the season, and he's still with us. And he will probably play on the right side of our central defender, 3 central defenders. Yeah. Oh, let's take a quick look at the tactics here. So it's still the same formation. We're going to play the same formation, but a couple of things have changed. I'm going to play 2 inverted wingers on support this time around. I don't think I changed too much in here. Cross less often, I think I put that on. But other than that, not really anything. Wingbacks are on automatic now. And I think that's it. In the individual roles, I did also change something in here. I changed slightly. If before it was like this, now I'm going like a slightly higher tempo, and passing is more direct. I think that's the same. And I'm going for vivid crosses this time around instead of low crosses. I think that's the basic. I don't think I changed anything in here. Nope. Did I change anything in here? No. No. And the last thing I changed is going from attacking to positive. Now we do have the other setup right here. The old one is still here. So we're actually going to train 2 tactics this time around. Yeah. So this is the new tactic, or just a couple of rolls and small bits and pieces just changed. Nothing too big really. It's overall still the same. I've just changed a little bit compared to what kind of players we had, and also what league we are in now. We are definitely not gonna go first or top of the table here. I can't expect that. So we have changed accordingly. Let's go back to the guys here. The next one up is Kenneth Yao. I think we got him in last year as well at the end of the season. He's still with us. So he is probably going to be playing on the left side of the central 3. And that is because he got a reasonable good left foot, and we are also attempting to develop his weaker foot, his left foot. So yeah, a really good physical guy. All my guys are physicals, or most of them are. But overall, a pretty good guy, really good in the aerial, and actually he's only 177. Interesting. He's not that tall, but he's a pretty good central defender, I think. And we can easily deal with a smaller central defender when we got 3 guys as central defenders. I think it's fine. I think he's good. Yeah. Nothing more to say about him. Yeah, he's on some pretty heavy wages, 400. Running for 2 years, so yeah, he should be playing some. He should be playing a lot. Ekuma is a new central defender that I got in, and he is more than likely gonna be playing on the cover role. He is very quick, both in pace and in acceleration, and he got some really spread out. No weaknesses at all, and spread out numbers. So I think he will be pretty good in that role. So the thing is, I actually should have said this before I started talking about the players. Let's go into tactics here. I got 6 central defenders. I got 3 wingbacks on the right side, 3 wingbacks on the left side. I got 2 deep line playmakers, 2 box-to-box midfielders, and cover for that as well. So even 1 more in each position, but that they are not really box-to-box midfielders or a deep line playmaker. But in general, I got 3 players for all spots. Also the target man and the inverted wingers. I got 3 spots, or down here double spots for these guys, so 6 in all. 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3 up here, 3 up here, and 3 up here. So I can do a lot of rotation. A lot of rotation. Okay, let's go back. So Ikumura is our cover. The first of 2 cover guys that we're going to play this season. 19 years old, on a non-contract. 350 per appearance fee. 85 on the bench. It's all good, all good. Beaton is back with us. He signed a new contract for 400 wages, a little bit more than what I would have liked, but I think he is good enough for it. He is probably one of our best defenders, if not the best. He's going to be playing on the right side in the defense, and he's just a beast, man. Just look at his numbers again. 18 jumping, 18 strength. That is just... I can't say how much I am valuing 18 strength. That is 192 centimeters high, 104 kilo. Wow, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. He did really well for us last season. He was actually pretty good. Really good. Player of the match 5 times. Holy. That's really good for a central defender. Next up is Tom Allen. He is also a central defender, of course, because we are taking them from goalkeeper to striker in that order. So... he is playing on the left side, and is the rotation option for... he is the rotation option for Yao. Yeah, for Kenneth Yao, he is rotation option for Kenneth Yao. And he can also go up and play a wingback, but I don't think I want him to. That is emergency. But yeah, he's pretty good in the air. He is 193 as well, and he is pretty strengthy, pretty good jumping, and pretty good heading. I think he'll do quite well on that left side. Hopefully so. I don't see any really strong weaknesses here. He is not the fastest in the world, but good enough for this level. Pretty decent mentals. So yeah, pretty good little player. And he is on a non-contract as well. 240, that is cheap for him. That is really cheap for this kind of player. 55 on bench. That is really cheap. So that was the defenders, except from McLean, but we will get to him. McLean is still with us. Let's just go for them in order. Johnson is still with us, and he is on. I think I've done wrong here. I think this is too much for him. I think 400 wages is just too much for him. He is a good player, but he is not that good. He's not that good, and he is with us for 3 years. So I might have made. I think I made a mistake here with 400 wages on him. But he could redeem himself. I mean, redeem himself. He already. I mean, last season they might say 6.82 in the average, but he was more a 7.0 player. That's how I view him. He's a 7.0 player. I think he did perfectly well in the last season, and that's why he's still here. So yeah, he's with us again, and well, we already know him. He's a pretty good wingback, pretty decent wingback. This time around, he's going to be playing on automatic. But overall, pretty good. No really weak areas, except from maybe the technical areas up here. And yeah, it is what it is. Overall, pretty good. And I'm happy to have him again. Next up in the line is James Clark. And he is our rotation option on the right back to Johnson. And pretty similar. I think they're pretty much the same. I don't really see... He got this number 18 for determination, but... Other than that, pretty much the same guy. And he can go up and play an inverted winger if we really need it. So a bit of versatility there. Yeah, decent little player. And we are training most of the traits that they should need on all the guys. Like this guy, gets forward whenever possible. I want to do that on wingbacks. Yeah, what else? He's on, wow, I didn't even remember that. 190. 190. In appearance fee, that's nothing. That's nothing for a player like him. Cool. And there we go. There is McLean. McLean is still with us, and he is probably, and look at him, he's not bad. He's not a bad player, but he is probably the worst defender we have. Our defenders are really strong this year. This is a really strong year for defenders. And if this is the weakest we have, that's good. That's really good. He was pretty much first choice last season. And he is still going to be playing as cover with rotation to the other guy. Who was that? Ikamura? Yeah. So McLean and Ikamura is going to be cover players. Joe Reynes. Yeah, our loan player from last season have joined us on a non-contract deal. 400 wages is he getting, so he is quite expensive when he is playing. But he might not be playing that much this year. But I'm happy to have him. He's very versatile. He can play the wingback. He can play the box-to-box midfielder, and he can play the winger or the inverted winger. So he is really versatile, and I like players like him. I really like players like him. So I'm really happy that he got in. Really good physicals. Like really good long throws. That's important for our team. We do a lot of long throws. So yeah, really good player to have. Nathan Green on the other side of the pitch. Yeah, he's with us one more season. I think I did give him 2 years more. Yeah, on 325 wages. I think it's a fair deal. He did quite well as 2 last year. Again, the average rating is not showing it, but 8 assists, 2 goals. 29 games. I'm perfectly happy with his performance last year, and that is why he is also here for the next season. Pretty good work rate, decent amount of physicals. He is getting older, but that doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, pretty happy with him. Pretty happy with him staying as well. He can't seem to get the trade. He's not. He don't want any trade. But that's yeah. Well, he's probably only here for one more season, maybe two as a backup. Ali McDonald, another oldie, and he is on 350 wages, and he's probably better than Nathan Green is. He will probably play the big matches, I suppose. I think he only got one weakness to him, and that is his strength and stamina and natural fitness. So he might get injured. We do not know, but he is not. He is getting older. He's still fast. He's still a pretty fast player, but I think next year he will probably progress downwards here in the. Yeah, I don't think he'll be that good for the next season, but in this season we're going into, I think he's a perfectly fine player to have. And yeah, decent little player. McDonald's, and then Sounders. So that's the third option, or third rotational option on on our wingback here. And he is more a backup type to the other two, more backup. So we're pretty good in the wingback area over here. We actually got 4 people that can play over here quite comfortably. But this is a backup choice. And we had that central defender that could go up here as well. He's probably more emergency backup if all 3 of them is out. But this is definitely the backup to the other 2 guys. Yeah, he's not too good. He's not really that good. I know they're giving him 3 stars, but I don't see the 3 stars here. He's quite pacey, but I mean, he's all right, but not that good. He's not as good as the other 2 guys. I don't see that, but it's all right. We got a player here, and maybe he will get some games. Maybe he won't. Maybe he will play more for the under 23s. We don't know yet. Jamie Reynolds. Yeah. So this is actually the 5th choice wingback on the left side. He can play up here, and I will probably play him up there from time to time. But for the most part, is he going to be our box-to-box backup or rotation? I think I'm gonna rotate this guy with our other box-to-box midfielder. I find him quite good in the box-to-box midfielding area here. I feel like he can do a decent job up there. He is not as good as the other guy we have for box-to-box, but he is decent enough for me. And you might look at him and think, why do you say that? He don't even have, how many 10s do we have? 1, 2, 3 10s, and that's it. And a couple of 12s and 13s, but yeah, but look at his overall stats. What is his overall number? That's pretty high, actually. It's pretty high, and his average is really high. Probably around 8 or 9. That is higher than most down here. I think many would have 6 or 7 in average. This guy got 8 or 9. He's almost at 10. Probably 8.5, I would say. That is not bad. That's not bad. Marking 9, tackling 9, technique 9, passing 9, work rate 11, vision is a bit low, 7, teamwork 10. You see, he got 11 in leadership, composure 10, finishing 8. He's not a bad player. He's not a bad box-to-box player. He got some overall, a really good overall player here. And he is non-contracted as well. 325. So again, another non-contract. You probably see a theme here. Next one up is, where are we? Petter. Referee, I don't even know that, but I'm just gonna call him Petter. And not in pedophile. He's just Petter. Oh God, no! Don't look at him now. Don't look at him. Oh God, no! That was really stupid to say. He's the deep line playmaker, and we got 2 deep line playmakers, and both of them are really similar. And this is the first guy. Decent passing, decent first touch, good technique, work rate, determination. Not the best balance, but he's quite quick, both in acceleration and in pace. Good stamina. Good natural fitness. He will probably keep fit. Yeah, I mean, the weakest area about him is probably some of the crossing and flair and that kind of stuff. He needs to develop long shots. Not really one that should take the long shots. Long throw-ins, well, that doesn't really matter anyway. Tackling and marking a bit low, but overall, I'm okay with it. It's really hard to find good deep line playmakers on this level. And also, he got his left foot to reasonable, so he is going to play on the left side, so that's pretty good. It's good. He is almost 2-footed. Pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with him. He is on 450 wages, so he is on the higher side, but I'm all right with that. I think this guy will be, when we are done with this season, I think this guy would have done quite well for himself. But we'll see when we come to the end of the season. Gilligan is the other option, the other deep lying playmaker option. He is a lonely. He is a lonely and probably a little bit better than the other guy, but I think they will rotate quite pretty much. I mean, he do have some really big weaknesses in strength and jumping reach and heading and stuff like that. Again, finishing 2, dribbling 3, so he can't really dribble. He needs to run with the ball. Actually, I haven't set him to. Let's go with that. Run with ball. Knock the ball past opponent. Yes, please. We want him to do that because he is quite got some good acceleration and pace, so might as well do knock ball past opponent instead of him trying to dribble. Yeah, so he will probably rotate with the other guy, with Petter. Next up is Liam Soul. Now we're getting into the attacking part of our squad here. So Liam Soul is probably the weakest of the bunch playing up here, at least in this side. In the right side, and he's going to be playing as an inverted winger, and he's not too bad, but he's not. He's just a winger. He's just an inverted winger. That's it. Nothing more about him. He's not even an inverted winger, but I'm gonna play him as an inverted winger. So yeah, he's all right. He made an assist in one of the friendlies actually, so that's quite cool. On a non-contract for 300 wages, that's fine when he's playing. So yeah, let's just move on. We'll see more to him, but he's not really that important right now. Montalaghi, again, Montalaghi is going to stay with us. We already knew that, and he's going to be staying with us for 3 more years, so that's fine. He's probably not getting as much playtime as last year, but that's all right. Or maybe he is. We don't know yet. He is on a cheap 210 wages, so it's fine. He can play the box-to-box, or he can play the inverted winger. So, again, some rotation options there. Oh, I forgot to do something. I'm so stupid. Sometimes I forget to do things. Anyway, let's take a look on the next player. Fraser. Gary Fraser is probably the best box-to-box midfielder. And I like him. Look at his numbers. He is probably, overall, he's probably at 10 or 11, 10.5 in overall stats. That is great for this level. Some decent traits as well. And I say that, but I don't actually like shoots from distance and shoots with power on a box-to-box midfielder. But he do have long shots 11, and could be funny to see some really great long shots from this guy. So I hope to see him do well. I think he will be playing quite a lot. He is on a really cheap wages, 240. That is mind-blowing cheap for this guy. I think he will be one of our key players this year on 240 wages. Love it. Absolutely love it. Tries killer balls often. That's great for him. Likes ball played into feet. That's all right. That is probably going to happen anyway with our tactic. Yeah, I'm training him for run with ball often. I'm not sure if it's actually a good thing, but I think it suits him as a box-to-box to run with the ball, so let's just do it. Next up is Anthony Cook. Yeah, we know Anthony Cook, and last year he was pretty good for us. He didn't play that many games last year, probably around 10 or something, 14, yeah, 14, but 8 goals and 6 assists in 14 games. That is insane. That is why he is still here. And one other reason is, of course, that he wanted pretty low wages, 275, and that might even be pretty high for him by now, because we do have better options. But overall, we know him, and he's a decent little lad to have, and a good rotation option. And as he can play both sides. He can easily. I'll rather play him on the left side because he's pretty weak left-footed. So it is better to play him on the left side because we are playing with inverted wingers. So cutting in and using his right foot is the best option here. Next up, Halliday. So that's the other option up there. And as you can see, he's probably just a little bit better than Cook is. He can also play both sides, but again, his right foot is the best. So he's going to be playing on the left wing. Inverted winger, and I mean, again, the current ability, our assistant or whoever is giving us this right now, I don't believe this. I believe he's better than that. I believe this guy is much better than what our assistant is telling us. I like this guy. The only thing I do not like about this guy, actually two things I don't like about this guy, is his strength, of course. You probably already guessed that. And his ability to finish, in composure and in long shots. So, and he will take some long shots, and the composure is just not good enough for it. Finishing is all right, but finishing is actually not that important to actually score goals. Funny enough. Composure and concentration and stuff like that is actually more important. Vision probably too. Strength as well. Strength is pretty good at giving you goals. But still, I'm happy with him. Moves ball to the right foot, so when he's cutting in, he is moving the ball to the right foot. That's good. Before dribbling attempts, yeah, okay. And he is on a non-contract. Again, another non-contract, 400. So he's one of the more expensive ones, but that's fine. He's also probably one of the better signings. Khalid Simo. Khalid Simo is probably an inverted winger, gonna be playing most on the inverted winger on the right side, and I think he is probably the first choice over there right now. 19 years old, really good stats. First touch, really great first touch, good technique, good dribbling, good crossing. Again, weak in strength, not that good in long shots, not that good in composure. So, I mean, our strikers need to be good at finishing because our inverted wingers are not good this season for finishing. They are not gonna score many goals compared to last year. We need to rely more on our box-to-box midfielder and our striker to do the job for us there, and possibly our central defenders on corners and throw-ins. Not on throw-ins, but on corners. So I'm happy with him. And he can go over and play over here because he do have a reasonably good right foot. So really good player to get in. Non-contracted, 210 appearance fees, perfectly good. He's going to be playing quite amount of matches this season, I hope. And now we're moving into the strikers. We got 3 strikers here. The first one is Akinde, probably the second best of the bunch. Maybe the best, I don't know yet, but I think he's the second best. And he is very much a target man, great physicals, decent heading, and not that tall, 184, but he is a target man. He got the physical traits for the target man job. He could also be a pressing forward, probably better as a pressing forward, but I'm going to play as a target man. So target man on attack, actually. Yeah. And he scored a goal and made an assist, so he already did his parts in the friendlies. But did his parts. Good technique, that's pretty important as well. Pretty good technique. I think that's going to be important. And he's quite fast. At least acceleration is quite good. So he might beat his man. He might beat his man in some offsides or onside traps, I should say. Whitehall is probably the best striker right now. But he is not directly a target man. We are going to play him as a target man, but he is not really a target man. We see his strength is a little bit low. His jumping is not that good. Heading is quite all right. But his other numbers for target man, teamwork off the ball, decisions, finishing, all that is quite good. His bravery is not good. But overall, he is a really good player, and I think he will score. He's actually more a poacher type. But I think I will play him as a target man, and if he's not doing any good in the first couple of games where he's playing target man, I'll probably change him to something else. Maybe deep lying, maybe pressing. I don't know yet. He could play a couple of different roles, and we'll find out what he is doing best. I don't think he's going to be playing as a poacher because poacher will not be suited for our tactic. But deep line could be, pressing forward could be, target man could be, advanced, I don't think so. Poacher and advanced, probably not. But the other three could possibly be he specialized in one of these instead of the other guys. So I think he's our first choice, and we'll find out what kind of player he should be and what kind of tactic we should form around him up top. Last guy, Freddie Parker, a decent little youngster here. Oh, I forgot to show you. Whitehall is on 475. He's our top earner. He and 120 in appearance fees as well. So he better be scoring some goals, man. Freddie Parker. So this is the last player that we got in. And, well, not the last, but the last in the squad right now. And he's just the third choice rotation option with if we get injuries, but he's not a bad option. He's, again, a really good target man. Good jumping, decent heading. All right in first touch and finishing. All the good stuff here. No weak areas, really. No weak areas. Not really. He's pretty decent. He already scored 2 goals and 1 assist, so he is definitely doing his part. He might even deserve to start in the next game, to be honest. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. So that's the last guy, and he is on a contract. Yeah, non-contracted as well, 220. So basically nothing. And well, it's not nothing, but it is something. But as you can see, we got a lot non-contracted this time around. And yeah, that means that we're doing good. We're doing really good in the finances. Let's go in here. 69k. Now you might think, okay, you're still in the minus. Yeah, but I was actually 159k in the minus just a month ago. That is how much it's different. And you can see over here, we went from well over 10k down to 6.5, and we are committing next year 4.8. So we are at 6.5 right now in pounds. Yeah, that's gonna help a lot. That's pretty much 4k down in pounds in wages. And we also lost 2 staff members that I didn't really need. One of them was an under 23 staff member that I didn't really need. And the other one was... What was it? Oh yeah, he was... what is it called? Director of football. Right. And we didn't really need that either. So I let them go. And again, a couple of wages, probably 500 wages just in these 2 guys here in the staff. I didn't need them. I can use it on something else instead. And overall, I think we are all right. We are still in the low end in most departments here, but not in judging. Not in judging. Yeah, it's all right. So if we are taking a quick look here on who actually went out of the club. So if we're taking a look at the free transfers first that we just released. So we got some pretty big names here. We got like Ainsworth, and we got Boateng and Charles Cook, Barrington. Well, Barrington is not a big name. Kersey, Lib, yeah, Cujuavo, Gordon, and Dippo. Oh yeah, Dippo. Did he find a club? No, he didn't. But as you can see, his numbers are nowhere near as good as the guys we actually bought in. He's still good. He's still a good player, and I would have liked to keep him, but he just wants too much. Well, let's check him out now. No, he don't even want to talk to us right now. And that goes for most of these guys. They don't want to talk to me. I pissed them off. I pissed them off by saying, yeah, you're not going to get this wages. So you need to go down in wages if you're going to stay. Sorry, but that's just how it is. And if we are looking at all transfers, we can actually see Chambers is gone. He actually had 1 more year with us. But these guys came in and they said, we want him for 10k. I said, no, you're going to pay more. You're going to pay 30k. And they said, no, we're going to pay 18k. And I said, sure, you're going to pay 25k. And it ended at 24.5k for Chambers. He's not that good. He's not that good. I mean, he was very easy to replace for 25k. Just have that in mind with some of the players that we do have on contracts. The same thing could happen to them in the winter transfer or in the summer transfer next year. And that's a lot of money for one player for us. That is more than what he earned in wages the entire year. Yeah, he was basically a free player. This guy was basically a free player for us for a whole year. That's good. That's very good. Brady also went out again. We actually got him in at the end of last season, but he went out again. He wanted to go to France, his home country, and whatever. Didn't really need him that much. So it's fine. It's fine. That is who went out as well. So what else should we look at? I think we should look at the schedule or the preseason. What's it called? Media prediction. I think that's a good thing to look at. Season preview. Here we go. So we are seeded 22 right now. I think that's actually one up. I think we were 23 when I looked at this the first time around. So some of our maybe the friendlies and maybe some of the newer signings have brought us up to 22nd place here. So as you can see, the media is not predicting us that high. I think we're gonna go for 13th place. My prediction is actually more 10th. I think we're gonna get a 10th place. But the board is of course saying just avoid it, just avoid the drop, man, just avoid it, and that's perfectly fine with me. But I think we're gonna end up in 10th place. That is my prediction for this season. Yeah. So as you can see, the first game is against Morecamber, and they are third tiered in the odds. So yeah, we're gonna have a tough time in the first game here, I think. But we will look at that when we come back in the next episode. So I haven't really changed anything else. I haven't done anything in the training. They are still training pretty much nothing. As you can see, there's one training in the whole week here. And I think that's pretty good for a lower league team to not train too much. I don't even think we can train much more than this. But I'm letting our trainers do that. I still think our trainers are better than that. Better than me to do it. So I'm letting them do it. But I am going to do the team talks this year. I am going to do the team talks. That is the only thing that really changed, except from the whole squad. Oh no! I didn't see this. This is something. Oh, okay. So he's out for 6 weeks maybe. That's not good. That's not good. That's our box to box option here on one of them. So he's out. So yeah, we're not gonna give him an injection. I don't think I have probably used this 1 or 2 times in my entire time that I've played FM. I don't see any reason why I would use this, especially not down in the lower leagues where it costs 500. I'm not gonna pay 500 for that. Leave to physio. We guys really got some decent physio, so it might be a little less. Yeah, now it's 3 to 4 weeks. That's fine. But he's out. Welling failed to make chance to pay. Yeah, we were the dominant side here, 60%. And that was actually against equal teams, or at least that is what they said it was. I'm not sure they were equal. That doesn't really matter, but we were pretty dominant. And yeah, I don't think there's much more to it here in the preseason. I think it was a long enough episode as it is. I did try to speak with the board again, and no surprise there. I'm not gonna get that feeder club. I'm not gonna get an affiliate. It's just not gonna happen, but I'm gonna keep trying until it happens. But I just have a feeling we need a new board or a new club to actually make that happen. It doesn't matter too much because we actually got a pretty decent team for the season. That could come more in. We could lose some. If that happens, well, we're gonna take it from there. I think that's it for this episode, guys. I'm LLM, and I hope to see you in the next season. See you around, boys.